Hey, Trey Veston here, and welcome to another edition of my father's Firearms. Now today, the title's a little bit of a teaser. What does today's rifle have to do with the infamous assassination of JFK? No, it's not the same rifle, it's not the same caliber. It is a beautiful Winchester Model 70 Pre-64, built by a good friend of my dad's, Mr. Jim Zom. And Jim Zom, now this is what my dad has told me. He said that he was a former Marine sniper like him, and a very talented gunsmith, and ended up back home in Oregon. And my dad had him build, I don't know how many rifles. I've got 2 left. They're Jim Zom built rifles. He passed away sadly, I think it was in 2006 or so. But Jim Zom, for those that don't know, he was a witness to for the Warren Commission on the Lee Harvey Oswald JFK shooting, and he testified as an expert Marine Corps marksman that the magic bullet theory was a bunch of BS. So at least that's what my dad told me. I did find some testimony online from him related to the Warren Commission, but in any case, well, I'll look it up later and link it in the video if you're interested. But in any case, this is a beautiful Model 70 chambered in a 25-06, and I didn't know anything about the caliber. You know, I don't know much about hunting rifles. I know I like the 30 caliber ones. My first rifle was a 257 Roberts that my father gave me, and I killed my first deer with it, my first antelope, pronghorn, and my first elk, and they were all one-shot kills, well over 200 yards. So yeah, with the little 117 grain bullets for the elk, I think it was 110 grain for the antelope and the deer. Great little rifle. It was of course a Winchester Model 70 in the XTR featherweight. This rifle, my dad said, I asked him briefly about it, and he said that the 25-06 is an excellent caliber for deer and antelope and even elk, and properly loaded. And he said that it's low recoil, it's flat shooting, it's faster than the 6.5 Creedmoor. He said it's just an excellent overall round that's often been overlooked. And since I've done a little bit of research into it, I did find ammo available for it at the local store, as well as some of my father's reloads, but I don't know what those mixes are or anything. So, but today, nothing exciting. Just going to shoot this beautiful rifle. I mean, this thing has the most beautiful wood I have seen on one of his rifles. I mean, the grain is just gorgeous. So yeah, so we'll shoot it at 100 yards and just do 3-shot groups. This is a hunting rifle with a thin barrel profile. So 3-shot groups is traditionally what we've used to test a hunting rifle's accuracy. 5 shots, you're going to start getting stringy due to heat. So we'll just do 3 shots. It's got a nice Leopold 3x9 on it. Wind is about 15, 18 mile an hour gusts, so it might be a little bit of a challenge, but alrighty. Let's start shooting this beautiful rifle and see how good of a gunsmith Mr. Jim Zom actually was. Okay, we've got the rifle all set up, spot and scope all set up, 100-yard target out there and set up. I think you can see it. Wait, okay, there you go. Alrighty, ammo we're today. Federal 25-06, 120 grain fusions. I usually get really good accuracy out of these the fusions, so I had good luck with them in my other rifles, so we'll give them a try. Also, I recovered this. I found this. It's obviously smoke, water damaged from the fire. These are 25-06 rounds. They did not cook off. I don't think it got very hot where I found these. And I think at least this lower group should be safe to shoot. These are my dad's obvious reloads. No idea the grain, bullet weight, any of that stuff. So I'll shoot these first, the Federal factory stuff, see what the rifle can do, make sure it's dialed in, and then we'll cook off some of my late father's reloads. And of course they're fire damaged. I don't know if I explained it in I have in previous videos, but not this one. My father passed away in a fire in this very building, and that's why there's a lot of smoke damage. You can still see, the smoke went all throughout this building. And this is an old archery factory. So he had living quarters set up in the other part of the facility. And unfortunately, he had a heating pad shorted out while he was sleeping, and he died in his bed. So that's tragic and sad. And so now I'm trying to do a tribute to him. He was an amazing shooter, collector of firearms, and I'm trying to highlight some of those by shooting them at his actual range and just inviting viewers to let me know anything they know about the rifle and the cartridge, since I don't know much. So, alrighty, enough blabbing, start shooting. Okay, Jim Zum built 25-06 model 70 first shots. Oh my gosh, this action is like butter. Everything's so smooth, beautifully detailed. Sweet rifle. Okay, hopefully I can shoot it till it's fair, or be fair. Shoot it well enough to respect it. Okay. Get zeroed in 3x9. My old eyes. Not a great rest. Okay, center of mass, or center bullseye. Okay, that one, when it touched off, trigger's beautiful, but it felt high. And looking at the target, don't see anything. So hard. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Okay. That was a good shot. That was perfect. Now, where are you? My spotting scope is a cheap Bushnell. I should have kept his. Nice fancy one on here. I think it was a Leopold. I'm not seeing anything on the target. Oh wait, no. If I've seen anything, gosh, there's so much movement on this scope, on this spotting scope, I can't. I mean, I'm not touching it and it won't stop moving. And I can't tell if there's anything in the black because it's just constantly moving for some reason. I don't know what the heck. But alrighty, we're just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Last round in, 3-round group. And anyway, even if we're not hitting, if it's not dialed in, which he might have put a different scope on here and not sighted it in yet. But okay, that was another good. Felt good. Okay. And again, I feel like there's something in the bullseye, but I can't quite tell. So let me pull the bolt. Beautiful jeweled bolt. Let's see. some basic bore sighting. Get that. This is another old man trick. Okay, scope's on the bullseye. Barrel is right on the bullseye. So at least it's basically bore sighted. Look at this thing. I mean, this is just so nice. So smooth. And this trigger, oh, that's 2.5, 3 pounds. Yeah, gotta be just a hair over 3 at the most. Just like butter. Beautiful. Alrighty, let's go walk up there, get our exercise, see what we did. Alrighty, we made it up to the target, and I didn't have a heart attack, so that's good. Let's check out these rounds. And they were dead on. All 3 in the black, with one right next to the X. Extrapolate that out, that's about 1.25 inches, 1.5 maybe. But 100 yards, hunting rifle, it's really close to MOA, so that's good. Next, we're gonna try his reloads and see what those do. And not sure if I'm gonna blow up a can or not. It's kind of juvenile. I'm here to evaluate the rifle. The wind is still blowing, but overall a beautiful fall day. There's the old man's compound. Used to be the former Nurk Archery Factory. And I thought about tearing down the burnt parts and maybe building a house up there or right here. 10 acres in Idaho. And I think it goes all the way up to those apple trees. So part of this wheat field's mine as well. But the noise from the highway just would drive me nuts. So I'd have to have extra thick walls. Alrighty, let's go shoot his reloads and see how those do. Okay, we've got the dad's reloads in there, specifically tuned for this rifle. So we'll see if we can do better than the 1.25 inch, 1 3/8 or so group with the Federal Fusions. Yeah, these are a little bit of smoke damage on the rounds and a little bit of light corrosion from being in a leather case and getting wet. But overall not too bad. I think they should be safe. I'll comment, the recoil on this is really light. I forgot to mention that. Seems even lighter than my 308. The 25-06 I think is basically a 30-06 case with a 25 caliber bullet. Hence the name 25-06. Alrighty, let's get right, zero in. I want to make sure I'm doing my part to get a good group with these rounds. Okay, safety off, bolt secure. Golly. Okay. I am not doing well with the adjustments on this. Okay, there we go. Oh, there's a beautiful bullseye. Yeah, just tap it in. Tap it in. Okay. That was a lot more kick than these Federal Fusion 120 grain hunting rounds. So who knows what I should have brought my chronograph out to see how hot he's got this thing loaded, because that was comparable. That felt more like a 30-06. Yeah, it kicked everything up. Alrighty. Good sight picture. Gosh, again, this This action is butter smooth, beautiful rifle. Jim Zom was obviously a very good gunsmith. Not quite on the level with Al Beeson, but I've got some Al Beeson rifles. We'll be shooting those too. All right, third and final round. Okay, that felt good. And the trigger guard's actually bruising my knuckles. Yeah. My dad liked to load stuff hot for some reason. So he's trying to go faster and hit harder. Okay, we'll look through here. And I am seeing them. They are. Oh yeah, these rounds are tailored for this rifle. I've got 3 of them less than an inch and high. So this rifle must have been dialed in for maybe 200 yards, or it's always an inch high at 100 yards is the standard. This thing's dead on. Wow. Yeah, I really want to shoot something with this now. Alrighty, let's go get pictures and wrap up this session of my father's firearms. Here's the remaining carnage from last week's my father's firearms, and we shot the M1 Garand in the 9mm, and I said, I'll leave these pumpkins for the cows. The cows have been here. They moved the pumpkins around, but they apparently didn't want to eat them. So now you know, cows don't like pumpkins. Alrighty, look at the target. Okay. These are the results. The Fusion, Federal Fusion, 120 grain, 100 yards, like 1.25 inches, 1 3/8. And then the unknown load my dad developed. Yeah. All 3 touching at 100 yards with me pulling the trigger, and I'm not that great. So, yeah, he knew what the hell he was doing. Unfortunately, there's no recipe on that round. So I have no idea what powder, what bullet weight, what bullet style. I mean, it's got the blue ballistic tip, so that's probably Nosler ballistic tips. No idea what weight, but boy, that rifle liked them. Man, that's some good shooting. That's a testament to both Jim Zom, the legendary gunsmith out of Oregon who testified before the Warren, and a testament to my father who found a load that this rifle liked. That's what he did best. So, and I forgot to mention that this type of rifle, this Model 70, almost every single one of the rifles I recovered, his hunting rifles, if they're bolt action, they were a Model 70 pre-64 action and custom built. The exceptions are, there's a Ruger #1, there's a Sharps, his Springfield World War II sniper rifle in 30-06, which we'll shoot that too, and I think he has a Seiko Vixen varmint gun, full barrel 222 mag. That's I think it's actually all factory stock. Beautiful little gun. We'll shoot that too. But yeah, so that's what he was mostly into. He only had a few pistols, you know, absolutely no Glocks, no ARs. The only semi-auto is the Ruger 1022, the M1 Garand, and he has a Ruger Camp Carbine 44 Magnum. Is the most beautiful one I've ever seen or heard of. And it's currently for sale, and just too bad. I'd like to shoot that. That's up at, he had those on consignment for sale up at his buddy's place, Buffalo Arms, Post Falls, Idaho, or Sandpoint. I think he's up in Sandpoint. Yeah, Sandpoint, Idaho. I need to go up there and retrieve a scope that he has listed for sale. I'm going to put on one of his guns, and then I might just pick up, those guns haven't sold in a few months since his passing, so I might just keep those and try and shoot them, and then maybe list them for sale later. But anyway, next rifle we're going to shoot is probably something similar. It's going to be a hunting rifle. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to have beautiful wood. It's going to be custom built. And yeah, it just depends on what I feel like. So, alrighty, we'll see you soon. Hopefully nothing weird happens next weekend that I can't shoot. So, alrighty, Trey Veston out, and we'll see you next time on My Father's Firearms.